Hey guys, this is Mr. Castellano. Very quickly going to show you how to turn your outline into an essay. Let's begin. So, you have a blank paper, of course, like I always say, write your heading first so you feel like you're getting something done. Then write the title. It's right here. And now I have the outline over here. I cut it out of the box and I paste it over here. And let's begin turning it into an essay, alright? Start with the main point. Let's erase this. Boom. Shane does the right thing by resorting to violence. Boom, here's the preview. Just go back. Shane is only resorting to violence to stand up for what is good. Protecting the homesteaders, Joe, and the Starrett family. Nah, I don't like that, because it breaks the law of parallelism. There, I fixed it. He is only resorting to violence to protect the homesteaders and the Starrett family from the harassment by Fletcher. If Shane does not stand up to Fletcher's violent threats, no one else will. There. That's the first paragraph. Now, first argument. Just copy down what's in the outline. Shane's protecting the homesteaders from violence. Explain what I mean. Boom. Fletcher's cowboys have been harassing the homesteaders. Henry Shipstead, one of the original settlers in the area, knows Fletcher better than anyone else, period. He tells the other homesteaders, quote, know as well as I do, tells the other homesteaders that they, quote, know as well as I do what Fletcher's doing. No, that doesn't sound right. That Fletcher is pushing them into making a... I'm gonna edit this quote over here, making a fool play. Boom. Shipstead knows that Fletcher is looking to start something, quote, so he can move in and finish it. Now, what does that quote mean? Bring it up here. Fletcher is trying to instigate a fight with the homesteaders. If a homesteader decides to fight back, Fletcher will finish the fight by murdering whoever decides to confront him. Fletcher won't be arrested for murder because he'll cite self-defense. There isn't even a sheriff. Nah, I don't write contractions in essays. There is not even a sheriff in town to keep order, and the nearest marshal is 100 miles away, page 45. Throw in the second quote, see? Just throw it in from the outline and adjust. We know that Fletcher's men are a violent group because of what they did to young Morley, Joe's first hired helper. Alright, I put did over there because that's past tense. That happened even before the book started, well, before the tale started. Now, Bob Starrett, Joe's son and story narrator, still remembers the scene when young Morley came back, quote, bruised and beaten after confronting Fletcher's cowboys, page 49. Young Morley cursed at father, rode away, and never looked back. Just throw it in there. Fletcher and his cowboys are dangerous men with violent streaks, and I know I'm going to go back to my thesis. That sounds fine. The only way for Shane and the homesteaders to stand up to these men is to return with forcefulness, a quality that Joe and the peaceful homesteaders render unfamiliar. So there you go. You see what I did? I just threw in the outline and adjusted it so that it makes sense in the form of an essay. Look at his outline. Press pause if you have to. You got it? Good. Now look what I did with the second paragraph. I basically just erased all of the outline instructions, okay? And you put it all together. The leader of the homesteaders is Joe, and even his wife Marion admits that he is not strong enough to buck Fletcher alone. After initially accusing Joe of changing Shane, Marion pleads with Shane to stay and fight with Joe. Marion practically begs Shane to stay because Joe needs him, quote, more than ever now. More than he would ever say. I believe this has to be more than ever now. Wow, how do I fix this? More than ever now Period. More than he would ever say. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. Marion confirms that although pride prevents Joe from asking for Shane's help, Shane Joe knows deep down that he can't fight Fletcher alone. Marion pleads with intensity. Quote, "You've got to stay, Shane, no matter how hard it is for us. Joe can't keep this place without you." 66. Marion is well aware of the fact that without Shane, the Starretts and the Homesteaders have no chance of bracing mean and tricky Fletcher. She admits that if Joe does what is best for himself and skips town, Joe would lose the home and stability that he promised his family. Okay, now we get the counter argument. Alright, now let me just put it all together. Alright, some may believe that Shane should leave the valley and continue to search for the peace that has eluded him. Some feel that tension with Fletcher is harmful for Shane because it has made him restless and more reserved. Bob, who narrates the tale, states that Shane has lost the serenity that has seeped into him over the summer. Page 63. Move it up now. However, if Shane has lost his newfound serenity with mere tension with Fletcher, imagine how Shane would feel if Fletcher and his cowboys hurt Joe or Marion Starrett. Imagine how Shane would feel if he left to find peace again, only to learn later that Fletcher has taken over the valley and that the Starretts have been forced to leave their home. The only way for Shane to regain peace is to do what he, not Joe, is most capable of. Staying to fight Fletcher and saving the Homesteaders from evil's wrath. Shane does the right thing by resorting to violence. I don't like that. That sentence is too elementary. Let me fix it. Bang, that sounds a lot better. Shane has no other choice but to resort to violence so that he could save the Starretts and the other Homesteaders from giving up what is rightfully theirs, their homes. Bang. Alright, now we get to the conclusion. Summarize arguments number 1 and 2. Well, it's supposed to start with a conclusion. Well, look, this is what you do with the conclusion. Alright? You're tired, I'm tired, just do this. Go back to the intro, copy, go to the end, paste it, bang. Now, Shane does the right thing by resorting to violence. Shane is only resorting to violence to stand up for what is good. Alright, I already said this in the beginning. I'll just keep this. Shane is only resorting to violence. Only resorts to violence to stand up to Shane only resorts to violence to protect the Homesteaders. Starrett family is part of the Homesteaders. From Fletcher's harassment. I use that word too many times. Look, Microsoft Word. Right click, synonyms, persecution. Yeah, that's a good word. There you go. Added a sentence. The only way to neutralize Fletcher's aggression is through Shane's adamant defense for what is good and just. I already said that, so I can just restate it. There you go. I added a sentence. Consensus among the Homesteaders is that Joe is the leader. But even Joe's wife Marion admits that Joe is not strong enough to fight Fletcher alone. And then you end with a call to action, which you already wrote, right? Bang. Move it up. Move it out. Violence is not always the solution, but if Fletcher is going to stop harassing the Homesteaders and pressuring them to give up their land, violence is the only language that Fletcher will understand, and that language will be spoken through Shane. Yeah. Alright? Don't be lazy. Please remember to proofread your work before giving it to me. Deuces.